Now, moving on a topic, alkaloids, in which first is a atropine. Atropine, which is a tropane alkaloid. It is a type of alkaloid, which is one type is a tropane alkaloid, and atropine is come into the class of tropane alkaloid. Tropane alkaloid, why tropane alkaloid? Because its structure contain, this is the structure of atropine, and why it is called tropane alkaloid? Because the tropane alkaloid atropine is formed by the condensation of tropane and tropic acid, and it form atropine. So this is the structure of atropine, we study later on. Now first, biological source of atropine, in which plant atropine is present. So atropine is consist of dried leaves and aerial part of Atropa belladonna. In plant belladonna, atropine is present as a tropane alkaloid in a plant. So biological source Atropa belladonna, in plant belladonna. It consists of dried leaves and flowering tops of Datura mittal and Datura inoxia. So second plant in which atropine is present is a Datura. First belladonna, second is Datura, Datura mittal, Datura inoxia, and Atropa belladonna. Also it is present in Hyoscyamus plant, Hyoscyamus niger. So it is present in Datura, belladonna and Hyoscyamus, and these all are the biological source of belladonna, Datura and Hyoscyamus. Family common, it's Solanaceae family. The three plants family are same, Solanaceae family. So Solanaceae family contain tropane alkaloid, and the drugs are belladonna, Datura and Hyoscyamus. Use of atropine. About the atropine, atropine used as a anticholinergic drug. Anticholinergic drug means its effect is opposite to the adrenaline. So anticholinergic effect inhibit adrenaline effect. Anti-secretory means decrease secretions. Anti-spasmolytic agent means it decrease the spasm. Contraction means cause relaxation. Used as an antidote in organophosphorus poisoning. It is used as an antidote when we have a poisoning of organophosphorus. Used as a pre-operative medication to prevent salivary secretion, because it's have anti-secretory actions. So when we need to decrease salivary secretion, we use the atropine. Chemical structure, this is a chemical structure of atropine, which is made up of tropane and tropic acid. Okay, so the basic structure tropane, this is a basic structure of tropane alkaloid, and which is present in atropine, so it is come into the class of tropane alkaloid. Now moving on to topic isolation of atropine. So for the isolation of atropine, we follow the common formula for the alkaloid, which I already told you. We take the drug, either Datura, belladonna, Hyoscyamus. We take the drug, dry the drug, make it the powder of that drug. Then take the powder drug, either belladonna, Datura, Hyoscyamus. Then add ethanol or benzene in Soxhlet apparatus and keep for 6 hours. So we first of all we take the powder and take the organic solvent, ethanol or benzene, keep this mixture in a Soxhlet apparatus for 6 hours. Means alkaloids are present in a plant in a base form, and base form soluble in organic solvent. So in powder drug of atropine, they are in a base form present in a plant. So this base of alkaloid is soluble in ethanol, benzene. Okay, so constituent which are soluble in ethanol or benzene, they come in that layer with alkaloid. So we collect the extract. After the whole procedure, we collect the extract, add dilute HCl. So many constituents which are come in an organic solvent, but when we add HCl, so alkaloid which are present in a base form, in presence of HCl, they converted into the salt form and come into the HCl solution layer, because HCl solution we prepare in a water and salt are soluble in water. So base in presence of HCl, they converted into the, in presence of acid, they are converted into the salt form and come into the HCl aqueous solution. So come into the HCl layer. So acidic aqueous layer. We remove or discard the organic solvent and we focused on a HCl aqueous solution because our alkaloid present in a plant which come in a organic solvent which is in a base form, in presence of HCl they convert into the salt form. So from the other constituent only alkaloid in presence of acid converted into the salt. So we easily isolate alkaloid and which is come into the acidic aqueous solution. Now we add petroleum ether. So in separating funnel, two layers are formed. One which is a aqueous acid solution layer and second is a petroleum ether. When we add petroleum ether, we shake properly and separate two layers. One is a petroleum ether layer and second is a aqueous acid solution. We discard the petroleum ether layer. Why we add petroleum ether? Any constituent, if it come into the HCl layer, it is removed out. So we discard the petroleum ether layer and we further take our acidic aqueous solution because our alkaloid present in aqueous acid solution in a salt form. Then we make it alkaline by adding ammonia or ammonium hydroxide. When we make alkaline, our salt form which is converted further into the base form. Okay, so we make the solution alkaline by adding ammonia or ammonium hydroxide. Our inaqueous solution, acidic aqueous solution, our salt form of alkaloid which is converted into the base form. And because of it converted into the base form, when we add chloroform, the organic solvent chloroform in a separating funnel. In separating funnel, we take our aqueous layer of HCl, add alkali and add chloroform solution. So alkaloid present in an aqueous solution in a salt form, because of the ammonia we add, it converted into the base form and come into the organic solvent because base form in organic solvent. So we do this procedure two times. We are separating by using separating funnel. We take two times chloroform solution, shake, so all the base form of alkaloid come into the chloroform layer. So we discard the aqueous layer because our salt form of alkaloid converted into the base form and come into the chloroform. So our alkaloid is present in a chloroform layer. So we use chloroform and remove aqueous, discard the aqueous layer. This chloroform we evaporate and make a concentrated solution and add oxalic acid. So further, when we add acid, the alkaloid present in a chloroform, they are in a base form, but when we add oxalic acid, they are converted into the salt, oxalate salt form. And this salt form, which is precipitated out, we separated by the filtration and then recrystallize by using alcohol and get at the end pure form of atropine. So this is a simple isolation of alkaloid in plant base form. So we easily extract it with the organic solvent, then make it acid and convert it into the salt form. So it come into the aqueous layer. Then further we add ammonia to convert into the base form and take into the organic layer, and then at the last we add salt, oxalate, so they form oxalate salt which is easily precipitated out and we separate by the filtration. So this is a common easier method to isolate the atropine from the plant. Now identification test of atropine. The identification test is used to identify whether the separated compound or isolated compound is atropine or not. So first is the Vitali-Marin test. Vitali-Marin test, which is an identification test of tropane alkaloid. It is a specific test to identify tropane alkaloid. Atropine is a tropane alkaloid. So tropane alkaloid have a specific test, Vitali-Marin test. Vitali-Marin test in which we take the drug or the separated isolated product plus concentrated sulfuric acid and 0.3 ml potassium hydroxide, it produce purple color because of presence of atropine. So if drug or our isolated compound, if atropine is present, then it is give purple color. By TLC, In the TLC, stationary phase we use silica gel, then mobile phase toluene ethyl acetate diethyl amine. Ratio is 7:1. Spraying reagent we use drag and drop reagent. What is drag and drop reagent? The drag and drop reagent or drag and drop test is a common test for identification of alkaloid. All alkaloid, not for the specific. So all alkaloid give positive test, drag and drop test, which is a common test for identify alkaloid. So drag and drop reagent when we spray on the spot, if atropine is present, the standard atropine and the test atropine spot which give yellow orange spot means the standard or and our test atropine, it run on a TLC plate, and when we spray with the drag and drop reagent, the spot is converted into the yellow orange color because of atropine. If atropine is not present, then it doesn't give yellow orange color. So by the yellow orange color, we identify whether the spot or the separated compound which is atropine, and which we are comparing our test sample with standard. Here test and standard drug or atropine, the solution is made in alcohol. We are using solvent methanol to dissolve our isolated atropine and also dissolve the standard atropine. And this prepared standard solution and test solution, we keep this spot on a TLC plate and then run in a mobile phase containing beaker. When the solvent is run, after specific time period, we remove the TLC plate, dry the TLC plate, and then spray with the drag and drop reagent the spot which contain atropine, which is converted into the yellow orange color. Estimation of atropine or the analysis of atropine. So we are using HPLC method, high performance liquid chromatography method. In this method, we take our test compound 0.5 ml, keep into the activated HLB cartridge, then wash with the methanol to make it to remove other residues, and then evaporate up to the dryness under the reduced pressure, further converted into the residue, and this residue which is dissolved in a mobile phase 100 microliter mobile phase, which is injected in HPLC. So in HPLC machine, before using HPLC machine, we use the powder, we convert it into the pure form and then dissolve in 100 microliter of mobile phase, because here the compound we injected with the mobile phase. Okay, so we add our test compound in the mobile phase, and this mixture is injected into the HPLC for analysis. So at the end, in the analyzer, we detect the result. So here the analysis or estimation is done in high performance liquid chromatography for the atropine.